I didn't turn my headlights on, and I know for a fact that my headlights were on.
No, he asked you, do you know why he pulled you over first? He said, do you know why I pulled you over? You said, and you was like, I really don't.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you said it like with an attitude.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay, yeah, he did say, do you know why I pulled you over? I was like, no, I don't.
No, I don't.
I really don't know.
You said it like in a real like attitude-y voice.
Because I didn't know. I didn't know why you pulled me over.
And he was like, well, you didn't catch your headlights on until you was already driving. And you were like, I'm pretty sure I turned my headlights on, but okay. And then he was like, have you guys been drinking?
Yeah, he was like, have you been drinking? Where you coming from?
Yeah, I was like, we're coming from Taco. You were like, we're coming from Taco Mat.
Yes, I had one drink.
I was like, and I had
not enough to have 0.8% alcohol in it. And no, I'm not drunk, because he was questioning, you know, if maybe I was drunk or if I, you know, I don't know. I can't remember what else. It was like,
where you guys headed? We were like, headed home. And that was
always trying to get home safe.
And he was like, and then so he was like, let me see your ID. He didn't ask for your ID.
Yeah, he asked for my ID.
So here's the kicker, guys. This is what lets you know that we pulled over for no reason whatsoever. So she already has her ID out. So the ID she gives him, he's sitting there looking at it, and it's just like an awkward silence. And he's looking at it. He's like, okay, well, you guys, you know, be safe. She handed him a suspended license. She thought it was her. She had her valid license with her. She just handed him the wrong one. He didn't even say anything about the license being suspended. He just handed it back to us, and then he was like, okay, you guys get on with it. I don't know if he started to feel bad about it, or he can feel like the tension or the nervousness in us or whatever. But it was almost like, okay, well, you guys have a good night. Because I'm just like, well, and then I looked at her license. I'm like, babe, you gave him the wrong license when we pulled off. And I'm like, well, they'll let you know he pulled us over for no reason.
Yeah, I remember that. So I was like, what in the, like.
Yeah, that was.
You didn't even check my license. Then you pulled me over for no reason. Like, what was the real reason that you was pulling us over for? We literally had just pulled out of the parking lot, y'all. We did nothing to even get pulled over.
And her lights, I know she turned.
I turned my lights on and I used the blinker. So I'm just like, I really just think that he saw two black people in a car
assume we were leaving. Drunk.
Yeah, assuming we were drunk at night. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, that's why, and I wasn't driving crazy either. Like, that's another thing. Like, I can see if
time to. You like,
right, because I literally pulled out of the parking spot, and then it's like I didn't even drive crazy. I didn't swerve. Like, I didn't do anything.
But so I'll tell mine. Mine's gonna be, you know, short and just to the point. So I went. My little sister Brittany and her little sister Taylor have been friends for a while, and so I went out there to go get both of them because they were gonna have a sleepover at the time. I was still staying with my parents, so I went out there to get them, and on the way back home, we get pulled over by the police. So I'm automatically thinking like, okay, I wasn't speeding. Like, we're on it's a main street, but it's not like a highway or anything. It's East Brandon Road. So I'm like, okay, I know I wasn't speeding. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait and see what happens. So he gets there. He's like, need to see your license and registration. And I was just like, okay, what did I do? He was like, you got a tail light out. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I didn't know that or whatever. He was like, yeah. He was like, I think something else was like wrong with my door or something like that. And he was just like, where you guys headed? I was like, well, I was headed home. He was like, they have their IDs with it. He was like, I need to see their IDs as well. I'm like, man, they're 13, 14 years old. So he went and ran like my car. I had my insurance and everything, so he ran all my tags and everything, and he came back. He was like, do you mind stepping out of the car for me? And I was just like, I don't understand like why I'm stepping out for a tail light. And he was just like, just step out. So I stepped out because at this point I'm afraid that, you know, if I don't step out, like something's gonna happen, or like something may happen to like my little sisters, or like anything can happen. So I step out, and he just talked to me about the tail light. And he like wanted to search the car, like, but he was like, and had like, I can't remember, I may be telling this wrong, but I feel like he had like a dog or something that might have been sniffing around the car as he was talking to me. But then he ended up just giving me everything and we left. But the point is, like, why do I have to do all of that just for a tail light? You know what I mean? Like, if it's just my tail light and I can't see my tail lights, and at that point I really didn't know that it was out. just tell me, hey man, your tail light is out. Just want to stop you and let you know. I don't need your license, registration, or anything. It's just strictly about your tail light, and you can go on about your way. Just make sure you get that fixed tomorrow. I would have said, thank you, officer. You have a good night. But no, I got to get out. I got to run tags. I got to step out. He needs to see my sister's ID, who are 13 at the time. They don't have IDs. Like, it was just like a bad experience. So from that point on, I made it a point to make sure that I was always like, when I drive, I always look at my rear view and my side mirrors like every 5 seconds, just to make sure that there's not a policeman anywhere or coming up behind me, just so I can make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. See that it's not okay to be silent. Be on the right side of history. Don't be a distraction. It's a lot of people that are using black on black crime and all lives matter, and you're disrespecting the flag. That's a distraction right now. Stay focused. Do not stop using your social media. Like whatever it is that you can do, that you feel like you can do to help be a part of change, do it. Like it don't matter how small it is. Like whether it's like your coworker who you feel like you may need to educate a little bit, like, or it's like the mailman who you may run into. I was vacuuming my car the other day and a white guy just came up to me and just started talking. I came home and told you about it. And just started talking just out of nowhere. But I was like, you know what, God, I appreciate it. Because now I get a chance to educate somebody. Like it was a good conversation that we had. I think that a lot of the stuff I said to him, he really didn't know. You know what I mean? It's not his fault, but it's just a lot of people that's not educated. And I'm just going to do my part by continuing to try to study that way. When I do run into people randomly like that, I'm prepared for it. I'm prepared to educate.
Sure. I think my last, closing statement would just be, I have white friends. I have a lot of white friends. I have black friends. I have all races, friends. So I would just say, don't be afraid to speak out because of you being afraid of what your family, your friends, your siblings, whomever it may be. You may very well be that person that may help change the thought process of someone else. So don't hold back because you're afraid that your other racist friends will unfriend you.
If that's the case, they weren't your friend in the first place.
Yeah, they weren't your friends to begin with.
They think like that.
I'll say too,
family also.
And to the people not of color or the whites or Caucasian people, don't be afraid to speak or make a conversation since this has happened. I haven't left the house much, but I've noticed now when I walk outside of the house, there are a lot of people not of color or whites that seem as if they are on edge because they see us either walking to them or about to approach them, or simply they just don't know what to say, or maybe they're just talking to us because they don't want us to think that they're like everyone else. Be yourself. Like you don't have to say, hey, I'm all for the movement, or you don't have to say, hey, I just want to let you guys know, Black Lives Matter. Like you guys don't have to be extra. Like, to be extra when it comes to that. Like you can just simply speak. Like, hey, how you doing? That could simply make somebody of color make their day go well just by saying, hey, you doing all right? You have a good day.
Yep.
You don't have to not say anything because you feel as if you're, being in a category with everyone else. Don't feel that way. Just be yourself. Like, be regular. I mean,
and when it's time for you to speak up, you'll know.
Yeah, right.
You'll feel it. Like,
you will know. Like, every conversation that we have now doesn't necessarily have to be about what's going on now. Now, if you are a person that isn't racist, I don't think that you have to just come out and tell us that, because we could sense it if you are or you aren't. Like, we could sense that. So just truly be yourself. For my white friends that got black friends, keep being advocates, for your black friends, and keep speaking out on their behalf and keep helping them feel like they're being heard, or their voice is being heard. And that's simply all that I can think that is easy enough for someone to do. It doesn't cost, it's free. All you have to do is just open up your mouth. You can be an advocate on social media, you can be an advocate to your family, your friends, you can be an advocate in person, you can be an advocate by talking to city council, you know, you could be an advocate by protesting. Whew. You could be an advocate by simply anything.
Preach.
You know, by speaking out. I mean, it's free, and that's really all. So do you have anything to say off of that, I guess?
Nope. I'm not ready to shout though.
Okay. So the rest of the video, y'all, is just the protests and a couple of clips of us actually being in the protest. So we hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for listening to our Black Lives Matter segment. Yes. We are black and we are proud. Black Lives Matter too, so y'all understand. And yeah, I'm happy to be black. Like, y'all, black culture, black music, black food, black, I mean,
black women.
Like,
woo.
Yeah, I mean,
black
just,
women.
And I'm not a person who does not like other, you know, things, I guess I should say, or other cultures or other races or anything of that sort. But it simply feels good to be a person of color, to know that we have changed history as such. Like, we have changed, and you're right, still changing.
Yes.
History. And it is amazing to be black.
And we just want to send some,
you
know what, let's just
positive vibes.
Let's just stay in these positive vibes for like
positive
like just like 1 or 2 more minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's just enjoy just being black right now, man. Like, it's just awesome. Yeah. Like, I don't know, I've never just been like, I love being black and said it like out loud. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. Yeah. I love it.
You do.
It's edgy.
Yeah, it feels like you're living in the life of being a black person. But okay, y'all, that's all we have to say. We on a rant now, but
yeah,
watch the rest of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until then, we are out. Watts family.
Love all our friends.
Peace.
No racist ass police.
No justice, no peace.
No racist ass police.
No justice, no peace.
There we go, girl.
I can't breathe. It's murder.
Yeah. There we go.
I can't breathe. 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 I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I literally can't breathe.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. Oh, we gotta get with them. We ain't in sync. Somebody got that. Oh, we saw. That look like Jay. That's what we talking about. That's right. That's right. That's right, y'all. That's what we get. That's what's up. There we go. That's Tyler.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
That's what I'm talking
No
about.
justice, no peace. No racist police.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
They're not blowing it. They got them 30.
On your horse! Stop being bystander! Look here now. You're racist and showing! Don't be complicit! No justice! No peace! No justice!
Police!
No justice! No peace!
No racist ass police.
No justice, no peace.
No racist ass police.
No justice, no peace.
No racist ass police.
No justice! No peace!
No racist ass police.
No justice! No peace!
No racist ass.
No justice, no peace.
No racist ass police.
No justice, no peace.
No racist ass police.
No justice, no peace.
No racist ass police.
I gotta make it.
No racist police.
Woo! There we go. Woo! There we go. No justice.
No justice! No peace!
No Hey, she got a little beat. Woo! No racist ass police. No racist ass police. Oh, my bad. No racist ass police. No peace. Racist ass police. No racist ass police. These are the motherfuckers we got. Because these are the people.
Yep. Get you excited. Yeah, that's a good one right there.
No justice! No peace!
Yes, sir.
No justice!
No peace. No racist police.
No justice! No peace!
No racist police.
No